if you follow me on Twitter, then you might already know that I've been in a pretty bad reading slump for the most part of the past 2 months now, and it's kind of getting out of control. I really haven't been reading much. I have basically just been doing a lot of other things. I've had other interests, but I also just really didn't feel like reading. And now I'm just slowly starting to get out of it and back in the mood to read, and I thought I'd share some of my tips with you guys on how to survive a reading slump and how to motivate yourself again to pick up those books, because not reading isn't really gonna make your TBR pile shrink. The first tip I have for you might be kind of counterproductive, but it's actually to let yourself be in a reading slump. I think that especially if you're on BookTube and you have a channel or you have a book blog and you do something that relates to reading a lot, you start feeling super guilty once you stop being in the mood to read. It feels like you owe it to other people to keep reading, and you owe it to yourself, to what you've accomplished so far, to keep reading and to keep doing this. And for me, it's not like I stopped loving reading, it's just I haven't been in the mood to read, but I've still felt really guilty about this. And I think I'm not the only one in this situation, and I think it's just important to take a step back and to allow yourself to not be in the mood to do a certain thing right now. This is not something you need to force yourself to do. This is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be your free time that you spend doing something you love. And if for a short period of time you just don't feel like doing it, then don't force yourself to, because you're not gonna enjoy the books that you force yourself to read either way. And this is literally supposed to be for fun. So don't stress out over it. It's gonna be fine. However, another reason that you just don't feel like reading right now could also be that you just can't find that one book that's gonna latch onto your soul and tear you out of your reading slump and drag you out of it by your teeth, hair, other various body parts. So my recommendation for this is to actually go look at your bookshelf on the books that you've already read and pick something that you know you love. Pick a good old book that you haven't read in a while, or even that you have read like 2 months ago, but that you know you loved so much. And with me, it's often the case that I really enjoy a book, and so I blaze through it, and then after a short while, I've actually forgotten the details of it, so I can actually reread it. And this is something I'm gonna do now as well. It's to go and pick up some books that I feel like, you know, I loved so much the first time around, and I'm sure as hell I'm gonna love them again the second time. And this way you can be sure that you'll be reading a book that you loved and that you will love again, and that's not gonna be a disappointment, because disappointing books are actually statistically proven, totally statistically proven, to be the leading cause of reading slumps. It's a thing. Science. Tip number 3 is to pick a short book to read and not a Game of Thrones book, because those are really long and you need to be specifically motivated to read that very book. So if you are already feeling kind of like, oh, I don't know if I want to read, then maybe just pick a book where you know that you're gonna be finished in like no time. Tip number 4 is to go on BookTube and watch book videos, watch hauls, watch reviews, watch wrap-ups, whatever you want. Watch discussion videos, watch funny and really creatively constructed videos, I don't care. Watch book-related videos of people who love books and who are going to rave about how much fun they're having while reading those books. And believe me, that's the most motivating thing that you can do. It's what's working best for me. Currently, I'm kind of really stressed with university, so this is something where I literally have to set time aside to do, but it's totally worth it, and I'm gonna do this for like half an hour every day now and watch BookTube and the people I really like to watch, pick my favorites and see what they have to say, and it's gonna definitely bring me back into the light. And that sounded way too melodramatic, but it's the truth. And my last tip is to go book shopping. Now, I don't usually recommend doing this to people because usually people don't need any recommendation for that anyway. But sometimes you just don't have that book you want to read on your TBR shelf or on the shelf of books you've already read. it's just not there, and you need something new and fresh and some like change of color or theme or genre or author or whatever, and you should just go and have a look at bookshelves and maybe something is gonna jump out at you. And finally, a little bonus tip for those Goodreads people out there: don't go and check your Goodreads challenge. Don't read the blue text underneath that says your 10, 15, 50, 1,000 books behind schedule, because that's gonna make you go crazy and probably you know, make you want to throw in the towel and be like, no, I'm gonna start over next year. This doesn't matter. I'm just not, no, I can't. Too much pressure. So that was it for some of my tips on how to survive and get over a reading slump. I hope you guys are not in a reading slump right now, but then why would you be watching this video? So if you are in a reading slump, I wish all the best of luck to you to get out of it as soon as possible, or to just, you know, revel in it and just know that it's gonna pass, because it always passes. This is not an addiction you can get over quickly. Let me just tell ya. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a lovely week and I will see you soon. Bye!